Hello, you absolute legends. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of Todd Rogers, one of the biggest con artists in video game history. I've even made several videos about him, covering his impossible dragster record and also his childish lawsuits that he's filed against Twin Galaxies and Guinness World Records after he was banned for lying about many of his scores. Naturally, because I'm such a fan of Todd Rogers, I always try to catch any new videos from other creators that want to cover his story. In March of 2022, the YouTuber Storster released a video about Todd called The Biggest Liar in Speedrunning History, and it's a pretty good video. I liked the video because it covered some fake scores and some history that I've never covered myself, and I could tell that Storster really tried to make the video original and add something new. However, there was a section near the end that was a bit too familiar. It was talking about one of Todd's failed lawsuits, and it was basically a condensed version of one of my videos. Not only are all of the screenshots taken directly from my video, but most of the script is just my script slightly rewritten. Todd filed his complaint pro se, which means he was representing himself and didn't have a lawyer. The complaint was terribly written.
He entered this lawsuit completely by himself without a lawyer, and the complaint was really poorly written.
So the lawsuit just sat there for months with nothing happening, until September of 2020, where Todd actually did find a lawyer.
The lawsuit sat around until September, until Todd found a lawyer to represent him.
Several days after this, Todd himself wrote a letter to the judge claiming that the lawyer filed the dismissal without his consent. He accused his lawyer of committing numerous errors, including the infamous misspelling of his name, which we all fondly remember being Todd Todges.
And then Todd himself sent a letter to the judge claiming the lawyer filed the dismissal without his consent, as well as many other errors. The funniest one being the spelling of his name as Todd Todgers.
My favorite screenshot from Storster's video is this one, which just happens to be identical to the one that I used, but hers has this inexplicable dark gradient at the bottom. This isn't present on the actual legal document, but this exact same effect would happen if one were so lazy that they would just pause my video and use the snipping tool to take a picture of the screen. This is because when you pause a YouTube video, it darkens the bottom of the screen, so this darkening would of course creep into the screenshot. Despite this entire section being ripped straight from my video, I'm not mentioned anywhere, and I can't help but get the impression this is intentional, because in another part of the video, Storster says this.
Many of his scores are outlandishly high in comparison to second place, and due to this, people have done math to calculate how long it would have taken for Todd to get some of these supposed scores.
Apparently, people have done calculations, but in reality, people is me. Storster is about to reference a spreadsheet that I created and posted to the Speedrunning Reddit. In the spreadsheet, I went through all of Todd's scores on Twin Galaxies and highlighted the most ridiculous ones. And for some of them, I did a quick calculation of how long it would have taken Todd to achieve those records based on how long second place took.
His Donkey Kong Jr. score would have taken over 25 hours. His Enduro score over 42 hours, his Journey escape time 106 hours, and the most ridiculous one being his Fathom High score, being calculated to take 325 hours.
Multiple times throughout the video, Storster had taken my work and seemingly deliberately hidden the fact that it was from me. In the description of the video, there is a link to the script, and below the script, there are some links with no identifiers. Clicking one of these nondescript YouTube links reveals my video, and my Google spreadsheet is listed a bit further down. Obviously, Storster didn't want to give me credit in the video, which is a shame. But I didn't really care too much because, as I said before, at least she did try to make the video somewhat original and add her own elements. And the plagiarized portion was only a small part of the overall video. But here is what's really ironic. In January of 2023, Storster's entire video was stolen by a Russian channel called Naritsa. Naritsa's video is in Russian, but with the help of auto-translate, I could gather the structure of the video and most of the talking points, along with all of the screen screenshots came directly from Storster's video. Something unbelievable happens, however, when it gets to the section covering Todd's lawsuit. Here, Naritza actually mentions my channel. Trust me, you don't yet understand how insane this is. Naritza also took a bunch of information from some of my other videos as well, but I didn't think anything of it. As far as I was concerned, he used my work and gave me a shout out, and while he did also steal most of his work from Storster, Storster stole from me, so it all worked out in the end. There wasn't anything to get too upset about, and I moved on with my life. But little did I know that I had just been exposed to the biggest thief in speedrunning history. This guy had been stealing from me and every other speedrunning creator for years, and I had no idea. And it would be almost 2 years later that I would finally see what was going on. You know, I woke up recently and realized something. It's that time in our lives again where we all get together and play old school RuneScape. I've started playing again and I need some company. Seriously, I have no friends. But even if you don't want to come and hang out with me, you should still start playing again anyway because Leagues 5 Raging Echoes has just begun. Leagues runs for 8 weeks, and it's the most fun way to play old school RuneScape. It is RuneScape on steroids. XP and loot are boosted, you get to complete tasks, earn points, choose awesome power-ups, and you basically get to speedrun through the game in a way you've never experienced before. In Leagues, bosses have been enhanced with brand new rewards for defeating them, and there is a new combat mastery system that allows for more power and more opportunity for min-maxing. Points earned in Leagues is tracked, so you can compete with other players, and you'll receive a permanent trophy depending on which tier you can achieve. This is the most exciting time to play old school RuneScape. They even just broke their all-time high player count. Just click the link in the description to download old school RuneScape and to learn more about Leagues 5. Please add me as a friend and I will see you in the game. Thanks to Jagex for sponsoring. A couple of weeks ago, I released a video called The Dumbest Fake Speedrun Ever. It was a very successful video, and it was heaps of fun to make. I became an active member of the Jump King Speedrunning Discord server, and I had conversations with real Jump King speedrunners learning about certain mechanics. And I even combed through the fake speedrun a lot, trying to find more discrepancies myself. I was the first person to make a video about this particular fake speedrun, so in order for me to get all of the details, I had to do actual research. I had to talk to people, I had to learn things, I had to actually play the game. I even demonstrated how to do splices, and I personally recreated some of the fake elements myself. My point is that I put in a fair amount of my own work to make that video. And then a week later, one of the Jump King speedrunning moderators sent me a video by our friend Naritza, which apparently was just a complete ripoff of my own. And boy, is it ever. Naritza's video is a point-by-point, almost word-for-word replication of my entire video. It tells the exact same story, in the exact same order, hitting the exact same points. He even steals my footage where I show myself recreating certain elements in my video editor. Literally the only thing he added was some speculation about the photoshopped end screen, saying that perhaps the original end time was 17 minutes. But even that was just stolen from a comment from under my video. Naritza will show Discord screenshots, which makes it look like he is in a server doing research. In fact, watching his videos, there is absolutely no indication whatsoever that any of it is based on or taken from anyone else's work. But Naritza doesn't do his own research. If you see a screenshot in a Naritza video, it is always just taken from whichever video he is stealing from. And if you see any interesting or creative footage, it is always just stolen from someone else without credit as well. Naritza is a huge channel with almost 700,000 subscribers. All of his videos get hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, and all of his videos are sponsored. But all this man does is take English videos and recreates them in Russian, with no added creativity or transformative value whatsoever. One thing that you'll soon learn is that Naritza does everything possible to avoid showing any player names in any of his videos. Usually when I show game footage, I put the name of the player in the corner to give them credit. Naritza will go and find the original footage just so that he can use it without the credit showing, even though evidently he is quite happy just to steal footage directly from the original video anyway when the player names aren't present. So he puts in more effort just to to avoid showing the player names. I am not mentioned anywhere in this video a single time. Noritsa acts as if this entire video is his own work. It's incredible. In the description, however, there is an inconspicuous link to my video. During this video, I'm going to mention if he puts any video links in the description, but regardless of whether or not he does, it goes without saying that putting a link to a video in the description does not give you permission to steal its entire contents word for word, including all of the footage. But as you will soon see, you are lucky if you even get a link in the description, because most of the time, you get absolutely nothing. After seeing how bad Noritsa plagiarized my video, I finally went and checked the rest of his channel, and only then did I realize the full extent of his theft. One of my most popular videos is the Guitar Hero video I made about Shmooey. I put a lot of effort into this video. I even spent a bit of time learning the game and getting my first full combo. And of course, Noritsa has stolen the entire thing. Again, the video is a point-by-point, word-for-word recreation. Every clip is played in the exact same order, and almost every single clip and screenshot in this video is taken straight from my video. He can't even be bothered going to publicly accessible websites just to take his own screenshots. Noritsa evidently had a bit of a problem here, because he didn't want to do any research, but all of the clips that I used are pretty hard to find. I got sent clips directly from real players who were helping me with the video, and many of them were unlisted. We even set up a dedicated Discord server so that I could talk easily with all of the players involved. Noritsa couldn't find the original clips, but he cannot, under any circumstances, give any players credit, and all of my clips have the player names in the corner. So he comes up with a brilliant idea. He takes the clip from my video and then blurs or photoshops out the name. I really don't understand the logic here. Noritsa is quite happy to steal unique footage that I created specifically for my video, so it's obvious that he's stealing from my video anyway. He's not even trying to hide the fact that he's stealing. So then why can't he just take the other clips and leave the credit where it is? Why does he have to put so much effort into hiding the names of the players? It makes no sense. It would honestly be much easier just to slap his own credit over the top. That would both hide the fact that it was from me, and it would at least still give the player some credit. Sometimes he accidentally leaves my credit in though, because he doesn't realize I put it there. In this clip, I put Frank over the top of the player name, because Frank is the one playing. But in the original clip, the player name was wrong because Frank was playing on a friend's account. So when Noritsa steals the clip from my video, he unintentionally leaves in the correct credit. With the amount of footage that was just taken from my video, I am shocked that Noritsa didn't accidentally use a clip of me. I wouldn't have even been surprised. I am not mentioned anywhere in this video, and I didn't even get a mention in the description. I got literally nothing. He also stole my blindfolded videos about Queen Pwns a lot. At one point in the video, I showed a clip from the streamer Twas By Design. Noritsa uses the same clip, but he zooms in the camera to crop out the channel credit that I gave. You can even still see the edge of the rectangle in the corner. Noritsa's Osu video is just stolen from videos by Abisoft and myself. It's always the craziest coincidence. Noritsa takes all of his screenshots on the exact same days that I do. Sometimes I offer people a small fee for helping me with a video. In this case, I paid for a top Osu player to check my script and provide me some unique footage of them using the Wooting keyboard software. Noritsa just takes that footage that I paid for straight from my video. The theme of avoiding giving people credit continues. I mean, Noritsa goes out of his way to find the exact same clips just so that he can put them in the video without credit. These clips are literally identical. Noritsa tries his hardest to use the least amount of brain power possible. I mean, there are thousands of top-level Osu clips he could have used, but he will just use the exact same ones that I used. Even if it's just random B-roll footage, he refuses to use any creativity whatsoever. And in his Osu video, he actually does unintentionally use footage of me playing. And that's very upsetting. I had to play for almost 20 minutes to get a run that good. Not only does he not mention me in the video, but again, I'm not even mentioned in the description. What a joke. Naruto loves to find creative ways to steal the work of other creators. He made a Doom video that was supposed to be an explanation of a speedrun through all 4 episodes of the Ultimate Doom. He mainly showed footage from Zero Master, whom, by the way, he has never contacted. When Naruto isn't stealing from videos, he makes bland, obvious observations about what is happening on screen. It's as shallow and pointless as you could possibly get. But then he will find any excuse to break away from the speedrun and steal from the creator, Decino. Decino is an amazing Doom content creator. I've even referenced him multiple times in my videos. And he's what I call a high-effort creator. He puts a lot of effort into his videos, and it shows. Naruto finds any excuse to steal from Decino's work. For example, during the speedrun, he will see a piece of armor and decides he wants to steal 20 seconds of footage and script from Decino's video about armor. Next, he takes the footage and script from my Doom video about 8 seconds on Hanger, and then shortly after that, he steals more than a minute of Decino's script and footage from his video about RNG. When we get to E1M8, it's a perfect time to steal a couple more minutes from Decino's video on the All Ghost effect. He then goes ahead and steals the footage and script from my video on the All Ghost effect. I know the footage came from me because it's footage that Zero Master specifically made for my video. Episode 2 is hilarious because it shows just how clueless Naruto is when he isn't stealing. If he doesn't have anyone's video to steal from, he has nothing interesting to say, nor would he ever consider actually researching something original. And because he is clueless, he literally says there is nothing to talk about in the next few maps, so he skips everything until E2M6. And when he gets to E2M6, now he says there is something interesting to talk about. And why do you think Naruto now suddenly has something to say about E2M6? It's because I made a video about it. After stealing a minute of my video about E2M6, he moves on to E2M7, where he steals from Decino's video about buggy explosions. In episode 3, it's time to steal some more from Decino's video about the BFG. It's one thing to steal from me, I put barely any effort into my editing, but stealing so much from someone like Decino is really pathetic. Naruto loves to pretend that he's commentating a world record speedrun, but what he's actually doing is recreating commentary from a casual speedrun. In his video about Plants vs. Zombies, it's supposed to be about the world record, and the entire video is just footage from the world record. But what it actually is just the script from Easy Speezy's casual speedrun. It's a point-for-point recreation of Easy Speezy's video, and of course, Easy Speezy isn't mentioned anywhere. Naruto's only up video is mainly stolen from Small-Ant's commentary over his run, and he even uses a bunch of footage from Small-Ant and doesn't credit him. And speaking of Small-Ant, Naruto also stole Lois Percent's video about the Minecraft cheater, Minecravenger. This includes tons of custom footage from Small-Ant made specifically for his video. Neither Small-Ant nor Lois Percent is mentioned anywhere in the video. Another high-effort creator is Ubisoft, and Naruto stole minutes of custom footage and most of the script from Ubisoft's Hades video. Naruto's second most recent video about a Pokemon cheater is just a translation of 2 videos by Ubisoft and Pulse Effects. The thing about this video is that it's impossible to get the original footage of the cheater unless you actually do some pretty independent research, which of course Naruto would never ever do. So in this case, you can actually see some player credit in Naruto's video because it was stolen directly from Pulse Effects' video. I guess in this case Naruto couldn't find a way to hide it, so he just left it in. Though again, despite already stealing almost all of the footage directly from the original videos, when there was credited footage that was still publicly available, Naruto went out of his way to get it just so that he could use it without crediting the original author. Ubisoft's awesome custom-made graphics were once again stolen here as well. And as I was making this video, Naruto stole Ubisoft's most recent video about a Diablo cheater. It only took a week for Naruto to steal Ubisoft's entire work, and this one is really bad. And there is an insane moment in the video where he actually mentions Ubisoft's channel. But it's not to tell you that he stole Ubisoft's entire video, or any of his video. And it's not to tell you that this video is inspired by Ubisoft's video, or that he used it for research. No, the reason he mentions Ubisoft is to say that Ubisoft messaged the team that conducted the original investigation. And the only reason Noritsa says this is because it's what Ubisoft said he did in his video, and Noritsa is just stealing the script.
This is a point I was curious about as well, so I asked the team what range of seeds they looked at and how they went about identifying these seeds.
It's so funny that Noritsa will tell you that Ubisoft reached out to the investigation team, but can't be bothered to mention that it's because it was for a video that Noritsa just happens to be stealing everything from. Noritsa's video about Trackmania cheating is just a combination of videos from Virtual and me. In the section where I discuss tool-assisted speedruns, I show a clip from a video by Gen D. Of course, Noritsa uses the exact same clip from the same video without giving credit. Noritsa's video about the biggest mystery in Super Mario 64 speedrunning is just a copy of Lunatic J's video about the biggest myth in speedrunning history, with all of the script and most of the footage taken directly from it. Most of Noritsa's video about Happy Wheels is just copied word for word from an amazing video by Maximum. And again, he even steals the custom-made footage that Maximum made. Noritsa has been stealing for years. I found a video where he stole footage and the script from my Doom Eternal video from way back in 2020. And when I posted a tweet about how my latest video was stolen recently, I got a reply from the creator Bismuth saying that his Mario videos were stolen all the way back in 2019. Noritsa is a huge channel with almost 700,000 subscribers and more than 200 million channel views. Every single one of his videos are sponsored, and I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that he has made at least hundreds of thousands of dollars by stealing videos from other creators. And I am just scratching the surface here. I only looked into videos covering games I'm familiar with. The only reason he has gotten away with this for so long is because his channel is in Russian, so us English creators are none the wiser. But I'm pretty sure plagiarism is plagiarism regardless of whether or not it crosses the language barrier. This Russian channel used my most popular video, the worst fake speedrun on YouTube. His video has 7 million views, which is huge, but I'm not mad at all because of the way it was done. Yes, there is a link in the description to my video, but that link is meaningless. What matters is what's in the video. And in this case, not only does he tell the viewers he is using my video as the source, and he tells people to subscribe to my channel, but he makes the video his own. He transforms the original work into something new. He puts his own spin on things. He cares about his own artistic input. I mean, he changes my videos so much that he probably didn't even need to mention my channel at all. But obviously, this is an honest and ethical creator. He did substantially use my video. And even though he did create something original himself, he still gave credit where he felt it was due. Noritsa is the opposite. He steals everything, changes nothing, and credits no one. On the plus side, Noritsa getting so much success from these crappy, low-effort knockoff videos has seriously inspired me. I mean, all I need is someone who speaks Russian to do the voiceover for me, and I can create my own channel making videos straight from the source. Or maybe if there are legitimate established non-English channels out there, we can sell them a license to use our script and footage. That would be mutually beneficial and is the way things are supposed to be done if you want to tell a story that isn't your own for profit. What Noritsa is doing is really scummy, is certainly plagiarism, and hopefully it stops. Because I'm pretty sure his years of copyright infringement is enough to completely destroy his channel if only but a few of the creators he's stolen from decide to take any action. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.